for seat? I sure did. Bless you. Good then. You want that? No, it is hot here today in northern Indiana in the garden. So hot that the cats are super lazy. The bugs seem to be moving slower than normal. So I've kind of decided to go a different route. I am still going to keep my rooted channel, but I think that I want to focus more towards the little ones because I have a passion for animals and the garden, and I think that it would be super fun to combine the both. So I'm going to be creating a different channel, and eventually I'm going to have all three of these up and going. Obviously it's just me, so content will be slower at creating, but I want to really focus on the kids and doing a lot of fun content for them and adults, because let's face it, we like funny things and we like cute things. So got these two lazy bums back here that are gonna be some of my main actors. If you don't know, that one is Frank and that one is Felix. We rescued them as babies. They were abandoned in our yard last year, and they've been a sweet addition. We have a very small house. Those of you that's been following along know that we moved in to my dad's house, which was my family home growing up, and it's very small. So we currently have one cat in the house, and like, he dominates in there. He doesn't really get along with any other animals. So that's kind of the thing that I wanted to come on and tell you about and give you a look at the garden. It is so hot today. We're going to have a heat index of 100 next weekend. So the garden style that I like to go with, I've been playing around with different ones since we moved here and created this garden in 2023. And I think that I really like manicured looks, but I also like wild. So in some parts of my garden, you'll see it very manicured, very kind of tidy. This is my herb garden. I like to keep it tidy. This is a new addition this year. And then the entrance, I like to be pretty formal. I have a wisteria growing on this side, and that's an apple tree that I'm gonna get to go around. I think it's got some kind of rust spots on the leaves, so I'm gonna have to try to, like, all three, well, 4 of my apple trees have that going on, so I need to look into that. But I like the wild feel of the garden. Excuse the airplane. It's being so noisy. So when we first moved here, the soil was horrible in this area. There was literally barely any grass. It was more weeds than anything, and there was a lot of cacti growing. Then I noticed that there's like natural tansy growing everywhere, which I think, where I read somewhere that when you have herbs growing naturally, that means that the earth needs that, so it's naturally trying to fix itself. So what I've kind of implemented here is just I've planted tons of clover to feed the bees, and I'm trying to get privacy because my kid's dad, my ex-husband, lives next door, so we're friends and everything, but I also want privacy. So yeah, it looks messy and wild. There's some formality to it, but that's kind of the style I'm going with. Now the plan is to put an actual privacy fence right there. This was my cheapest, fastest option right now. But I do have arborvitaes, the big kind. I think it's like I don't know how to pronounce the name. But that I have growing this way, a little bit right here, and then down here. And I'm thinking I'm gonna get the smaller actual, like, oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of it, but the other kind of arborvitae that grow about 5 or 6 foot tall, and put right here to add like a whole green wall. So this whole area will be private eventually, with the exception of just the entrance being a little bit private because I have my rows of Sharons in here, and they grow up and like barely touch. I have these grasses, but they just aren't doing great. Like that one didn't come back hardly at all, so I'm gonna move them and put some arborvitaes in. And I just think it'll be so natural, and eventually all of these areas, the walkways and everything, I'm going to have filled with clover, so I don't have to worry about mowing as much. And like if I don't mow, it won't get very tall. Here, I'll show you. Because when I'm out here and I'm just walking, like the tallest that it gets is right here. That's not tall at all. Like, they're probably, I would say maybe like 5 or 6 inches. That's not bad. I can live with that. I like mowing because I save the grass clippings, but I want it to be nutritious for my garden because I put all my clippings over there. That was horrible. But I put them over there, and I also have some clippings over in my wood mulch that I had delivered when we had that big tree cut down, or not delivered, but dumped. So everything, trying to get this garden as healthy as I can get it. Here's where our potatoes are. For some reason, the ones on this side are doing way better than these. Then I have a bunch of squash. I just took like a handful of different packets of squash and planted them. I have a spot there, over there, and a couple other ones, but those other ones didn't germinate. Which is why I just mixed a whole bunch of them together, because I had some old seed packs. But that is the garden. I wanted to show you guys what it looks like after a nice heavy rain. Look at this garden. This is what I mean by I love it when it's wild. Eventually all of the clovers will take over, and we will have a nitrogen-rich soil. And all of our plants will do so much better. I'm going to go through with a bunch of compost and mulch and put it on top of all the areas where I have garden beds. Like every year I'm going to do that. And then I think throughout the winter I'm going to come through and heavily mulch each garden bed with like a thick layer of either straw or something. I don't know. I think what I tried over here, and what I think I might do is, I don't like how I did it here because I didn't really think about it, but after I mow, I'm going to start collecting all of it, and I'm going to start drying it out, all of my clippings, and what I'm going to do with them is then use it as mulch and put it on the garden. You don't want it to get like really slimy and gross, because then that's where bad bacteria can form, and it can actually do the opposite of what you want to do. So what I've been doing is I have a pile over here. I just dump out all my clippings, and I don't think I would want to put this on my garden because it's really thick and gross and slimy. But I think what I'll do is I'll start cutting it, and I want to have somewhere where I can like lay it all out and get it dried so it dries fully. And then I can put it on the garden. Yeah, I really like this wild approach. And eventually everything will level out. And then the garden beds will be defined from the walkways. And the walkways will be lined with just a huge thick layer of clovers. And I love that because if you get up in here, you can just really see all the life. All the bumblebees and honeybees and everything have went to bed for the day, but usually it's swarming with bees. I'm going to show you how lush it gets back here. Right now it just rained and skeeters are out. There's a lot of movement out here. It's literally our little personal jungle. I love it. Just wanted to take you guys back here and show you. I don't even know what's running around back here. Might be some more cats. Look way back there, you can see a chair. It goes way further than that. Yeah, we're gonna have trails in here. I have a lot of different ideas for this area. And I wanted to do the seasons of life over here, the little exhibit. I'm still gonna do that. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna plan it out though. But we will see. There's my cherry tree. I haven't ever got any cherries. It's kind of hit and miss. I put tape with the sticky side out because this tree always got attacked by ants and aphids. So that was my organic attempt. It's a beautiful tree. When I first got this tree, it was like one of the very first videos I ever made. So if you can go back and look at that, I unboxed this cherry tree and it was just a stick. Now it's massive. It's the same as my peach tree right there. And now it's loaded with peaches. Put it at our old house and then we moved it here. When we moved, look at all these peaches. It's literally covered in peaches. It's gonna be a great peach harvest.